Welcome to the Just Press Play podcast.
How's that working out for you?
What?
What you doing?
Good.
What are you doing?
Oh, I was gonna do the pictures, but then I got a text and I knew if I didn't answer it, it was just gonna keep going off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Just Press Play podcast. I'm Mike. You hate when I do that, don't you?
I thought I had time this time. I was like, let me go ahead and get this done.
You did have some time. I guess time is not on your side today.
No. My name's Michelle, by the way. But you already know that.
Yes, people already know this. This is how they know you. They know you by your name.
Yeah, huh?
Yep.
Alright, I gotta do this later.
I forgot about that.
What that?
My little drawing.
You did a drawing?
Yeah, I showed you the drawing when I did it. Didn't I show it to you?
I don't remember.
Okay, let me find it. My little drawing.
Oh, yeah! Cool. Okay, so today we're talking about bad 90s movies, and we are on part 3, the final one for the 90s. Thank goodness, I'm so tired of watching the bad 90s movies.
You know what? There seems to be a lot of bad 90s movies, or a lot of bad movies made in the 90s.
I
A
know.
lot more than the 80s.
Yeah, it was. Well, maybe we just weren't watching a lot of the movies in the 80s that were deemed bad.
Right.
And we were more of an age of watching the bad movies in the 90s. Or maybe there were just more bad movies in the 90s. I don't know.
I like to think that there was just more bad movies in the 90s.
That is possible. In the 2000s, I was ripped your cord out.
Don't rip my cord.
And then we get to the 2000s. There was plenty on that, too.
Do you want to put the cord on the other side of you?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just going to go this way.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to have to go that way because that's not the way you like to go.
No, I'm good. It was just it was an accidental thing.
Well, I'm going to just move it over here so you don't accidentally rip it out.
Fine. You know how I am with my hands. They always have to be touching something.
Right, but see, now the cord is out of your way. Now, hey, watch your feet.
Okay.
Don't.
I have really big feet.
Yes, you do. That is not, I'm not being rude. You do have some big feet.
I do.
I see you wearing your rainbow socks today. It's cute.
Yes.
I want to stripe. Sorry, I had to do that. That's my thing. When you wear those socks, I have to do
It doesn't matter if it's stripes or circles or squares.
Circle gets the square.
Any type of shape. Sometimes it's not even a shape. Sometimes I just have a color on the toe and a different color on the heel, and you're still drawn to the sock. You love my socks.
I do, because you have some interesting socks. Matter of fact, I want to take a picture of your socks.
Oh, goodness.
Yep. I gotta take a picture.
And then we need to begin.
We are beginning. We have begun. Let me take a picture. Now, if you go to our Facebook, you will see the picture of this sock.
Yes, it is lovely.
Yes.
It's my Rainbow Ride looking
So
socks.
this way you know what we're talking about.
So, and when we get to your picture, we'll need to take a picture of your picture so everybody knows about your picture.
Wow, okay.
That was a lot of pictures.
That was a lot of pictures. You know, I could go ahead and take a picture of my picture right now. That way everybody knows about my picture.
So while he's taking a picture, and the last time we talked about the fact that we were going to Evil Dead, and we went to Evil Dead, and it was awesome.
It was fantastic.
We were both completely drenched. It was a very bloody affair. I still have fake blood stains on my shoes.
Do you really?
I can't get it off my shoes. I tried.
It came out of my shirt.
Mine too.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool. My shirt's not
And my
ruined.
jeans. Because I think it was these jeans. So it's out of these.
Yeah. That stuff was cold.
It was really cool, but it was so awesome. But I love the fact that we went to the drive-thru and that lady didn't want to take my money. She looked like it was going to be sticky.
And that's the thing. It wasn't. I thought it was going to be sticky too. I was like, man, we are going to be so sticky.
I'm pretty sure she was wondering why I was covered in blood, fake blood, because it was like caked up in my fingernails and it was bad.
But like I said, I'm glad it wasn't sticky, and I'm glad it didn't taste funky.
No, I didn't really have a taste, and I had plenty of it in my mouth and in my eyes and in my ears. You know, I was blowing it out of my nose for 2 days.
Really? It looked like you had like a nosebleed.
Yes.
My goodness. That's why I kind of ducked down. I was like, I'm just going to get it on the top of my head here.
I, however, did not duck. I took it just straight on because I was like, well, I take that back. There were a couple of times when I covered my face. I mean,
Right.
they can't see what I'm doing, but I'm covering my face with my hands. But that was just a couple of times. Sometimes I wasn't quick enough. I was like, ooh, no.
See, but I was worried when I ducked my head. You remember when Boy George had that, like, painted on? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was going to happen. Like, it was just going to magically come down, like, everybody's going to think I'm Boy George. I mean, I guess there's worse people to be than Boy George.
I guess. I mean, we could take a poll.
Ladies and gentlemen, are there worse people to be than Boy George? This is the question.
Talk amongst yourself.
Leave some comments. If there are, put it in the comment section. Let us know
Yeah.
who you think is worse than Boy George.
I'm sure there's people. Shall we begin with
Did I say
the
Boy George or Boy George? I don't know.
boy?
Boy.
Boy.
Okay. Yeah, we can begin this. Do you want to start with the first one?
No, I want you to do it.
Alright, so the first movie of part 3 of the worst 1990s. Ooh, Street Fighter
Oh, Lord.
with Jean-Claude Van Damme. That is right. Now, if you grew up in the 90s and you played Street Fighter 2 on, the Nintendo console or whatever, you know all about this movie. You were probably, if you're a dude, you were probably as excited as I was when this movie came out. And then I saw the movie.
Let me start off with the fact that at the beginning they totally lied to me.
How so?
Because at the beginning it says non-stop martial arts action. My butt. Okay? The movie lied from the beginning and I already didn't trust it.
That's true, because I wrote down 5 minutes into it, no martial arts.
Yeah. They fibbed to me. If you're going to tell me it's non-stop, I want to see some fighting at all times. I want it to be like a musical with fighting.
Actually, I wrote 5 minutes in, no martial arts. Wait, I spoke too soon, and it stopped.
Yeah, it lasted for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So, there's Raul Julia, isn't it?
Yes,
Julia?
I think it was his last. Was it his last?
I think it's
it
his
was.
last movie, and he's awesome. I like him. He was over the top with his big black eyes, and I love it.
Yes, he was a great M. Bison.
Bison, like the burger or like the animal?
Yes, his name was M. Bison.
Oh, cool.
M. Period. Ow. Bison. There's no ow in it. I hit my hand on the table.
I'm gonna name him Maurice.
Maurice Bison.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Jean-Claude is a terrible actor.
We knew
He's
this.
a terrible, terrible actor. And apparently he's a horrible leader because, you remember when they had the hostages and he was on TV and he was like, "Don't worry, so-and-so. Don't worry." And of course...
You can't see it, but she's doing this weird head thing.
And of course, the guy, Roger, was like, "Wait a minute, are you so-and-so? Because if so, you're in it now, buddy." And of course he takes him and he's going to make him into some super soldier.
Right.
No,
I mean, it just sucked because he, seriously, he just called the guy out. He was like,
I know!
"Hey, buddy, don't worry. That's my impersonation.
It sounds more like Arnold.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, don't worry.
That's a little better.
Yes, don't worry. I will come save you. Okay? Joe?
And
Yeah,
then
that's Joe right there.
He's got this color hair and
he almost... he should have just gave him a description. Joe stands about 5'6".
he drew a map to Joe. Joe Blow. I don't know what his name is, so we'll just
He's
call him
wearing
that.
a green shirt and blue jeans.
He
Talks
did.
with an accent. His eyes colors are blue.
So why is it in all these movies there's always a curfew?
I don't know. That seemed like the 90s thing. There was a curfew.
I guess it was the whole damn the man movement. They're like, we have to have curfews around here. We don't like it.
Yeah.
So we're going to get outside and do willy-nilly stuff.
Because I don't want to say Saget because it's not Saget. It's not Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
It's Sagat. And Ryu mentioned a curfew. And the guy playing Ken kind of looked like Dave Coulier.
Kinda.
And if you don't know who Dave Coulier is, Google him. I'm not going to sit
First
there and
off,
tell
if
you.
you're watching the 90s bad movies, then you know who Dave Coulier is.
Yeah. He was on Full House. He's on Fuller House now.
Barely. He's got a big belly now.
That's what...
Do you remember when they showed when they got older, they had all the pillows in his belly? That's what he looks like in real
It's like they knew. He actually looks like that now. And then I think I wrote down after that, it's like, there were some more martial arts. And
For
guess
like
what?
2 seconds.
And it stopped again.
Oh, wait, I got it right here. Action. 2 minutes. Nope, then they stopped.
Yeah, because you were timing it, weren't you?
I was, until they started actually doing something. Basically, I didn't care for this movie, and you're going to hear a lot of me saying, oh, I don't care this. So far, I wrote down, so far, I'm really bored. I know I shouldn't be, but it feels like there's some Double Dragon mess happening again, and I didn't like that movie either. So apparently the two dudes,
Which two dudes?
Bob Saget and the other guy,
His name's not Bob Saget, it's Sagat.
okay, they get captured along with Eye Patch.
Eye patch is Sagat.
Eye Patch is Sagat?
Sagat had the eye patch.
Oh, I thought it was the Dave Coulier guy.
No, that's Ken.
Oh.
And Ryu was his buddy.
No, maybe I should talk about this movie. I didn't pay attention to
You
anybody.
obviously did not. Sagat had the eye patch.
Oh. Yeah, well, okay. Eye Patch guy is always the bad guy in every movie he's in. Maybe he's typecasted because he has that face.
Right.
That face. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do if he just broke out into a song and started doing a jazz number. I would be caught off guard. So, yeah, you might as well talk about it, because I don't remember who anybody is.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's really not much to talk about. There's lack of action, even though, like Michelle said, it was PG-13 for non-stop martial arts. Anytime they were about to fight, they would fight for like 2 seconds, and something would stop it. Because, I mean, with Ryu and Vega, when they were about to fight, Van Damme comes crashing in. And they
Yeah!
fight over. There was another one where they were about to fight, and some guards stopped it.
They were anti-fighting for non-stop action.
This is true.
Blah, blah, blah.
There was one thing that bothered me, is Van Damme mentioned about Repo Men,
Yeah.
how they close businesses. I've never seen a Repo Man close a business.
No, those are bankers.
No, yeah, right. Repo Men, they take back property from those who default on payments. That's
Yes.
what they steal your car.
Or your organs. If it's Repo's Genetic Opera, which was super awesome.
That is another show.
We need to talk about that
That
sometime.
is another show, yes.
So,
And then I wrote, so far I have no idea what's going on. I guess the plot is to stop M. Bison, or as you know him, Maurice.
Jean-Claude got shot. You think he's dead, but oh, he fooled you.
Yeah,
He's
oh
not
no, they shot Van Damme. Or did they? No, they shot him. But is he going to make it? Yes. It's all part of the plan. I used air quotes.
The Plan, which is Dave Coulier and the other dude. What's his name?
Ken? And Ryu.
Ryu.
Or Ryu, however you want to say it.
Row your boat. Dave Coulier and Row Your Boat. They caused a jailbreak and got in with Bob Saget and the other guy.
Yeah. But see, this movie was horrible. Horrible. The acting was bad, but leave it to Raul Julia. He took that bad acting. He was like, you know what? I'm going to make this awesome. And he did. And speaking of bad acting.
Oh, gosh.
I have a little dialogue that I would like to play. Can I play this? Is this okay?
Yeah, but I don't think we've gotten there yet, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll hold off.
So the lady...
Which one? The Asian?
The Asian lady.
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. She dressed in all black because dressing in all black apparently makes you invisible. P.S. It doesn't. They totally saw her.
Yeah, they did.
So...
Is that when she was breaking into the building?
Yeah, it wasn't even dark in there.
She was tracking a homing device, wasn't she?
Yes. She was trying to find Van Damme.
Because he's alive.
I wrote down, Van Damme is alive.
Told you. It's all part of the plan.
So then some soldiers come in, but they slow and stupid. And they try to get her, and she takes off. They're horrible soldiers. One of them's Kylie Minogue. I think she should have just... She should have just stuck to not acting, singing.
Yeah.
Some bad guys
This was
are
done
arguing.
before her second
Yeah.
career in music.
Let's see. There's some bad guys arguing. There's a truck with explosives that are coming. Oh, I wrote down Ken and Renu. What are they doing? Oh, they're trying to keep the peace. Hey guys, let's not fight anymore. Let's be buds. Because they know that the explosions is coming. And they don't want to get exploded.
Did you say the explosions is coming? Alright. That's okay, because I say that too. Because the explosions are coming. That just doesn't sound dramatic.
It doesn't.
The explosions is coming!
It means business.
It does. Be like, oh, it is? They is?
Then we get to the first time actor. Jean-Claude and him are having a meeting, a strategy session, if you will. And this one guy, which is the sound clip, I don't think he's ever acted before in his entire life.
I think he was dubbed. But here it is. Here's the nice little sound clip. Enjoy.
This channel and strike its defenses from the east. Como, yes? A single boat against everything he's got? The pilot would have to be out of his mind. Luckily, Dyson has driven me crazy.
Okay, so we watched it like 3 times because I thought he said Como, and I was like, why is he calling him Como? And Mike's like, no, it's Colonel. And I was like, are you sure it's not Como?
No, it's Colonel. But the way he said it, he was like, come on. Blah, 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 crazy.
Yeah. So after that happened, I said, hey, is this movie still on? Sadly, yes. Hawaiian sweet roll is okay. Apparently he was getting caned. I don't know his name.
Which one?
The Hawaiian sweet roll guy.
Oh, E. Honda. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to name him? Because it's E. period Honda.
I named him the Hawaiian sweet roll.
Okay. Hawaiian sweet roll.
He got caned, and he was like, this don't hurt. And then after that guy left, because he broke his cane and had to go find something else to beat him with.
Man, you jumped way ahead.
No, I didn't.
Oh. I'm trying to figure out. I've lost my place. Okay, continue.
I'm trying to get done with this one. There's some negotiating. I don't know who happened with that. I don't know who was negotiated. Oh, that weird guy with the glasses was trying to tell Jean-Claude that they were not going to go rescue them people. They were going to pay him, and they were going to suck it. They didn't really say suck it. Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mr. Peabody? That's before they got into the boat.
The stealth boat?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't
That
write
was right before they got into the
I didn't write
boat.
that down. Because right before that, I wrote down, what I have is that Chun-Li is going to blow up all of Bison's weapons. Movie over. No.
Oh, yeah, I went past that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the stealth boat that was so stealthy.
Yeah, because he couldn't attack from air. For some
No.
strange reason, Van Damme's like, we cannot attack Bison by airstrike. But he has a stealth boat. That won't be detected.
Well, see, that's what got me when Como was talking about the pilot would have to be crazy. And I'm thinking, but they weren't going to ride in a plane or nothing. They were going to get in a big boat, the stealth boat. So
That's right.
that wouldn't be a pilot. That's more of a captain.
Right. Okay, now I'm with you. I'm with you. So now Van Damme and his crew cannot use the boat. The government said no.
Thank you.
Mr. Peabody was like, no. And then Van Damme gives us inspirational speech, blah, 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 let's fight.
And everybody's like, I'm going to go with him.
And he's going to take that boat,
Yeah.
which he does. He takes that boat.
He takes the boat and he don't care.
Nope. Now, Bison at this point has Chun-Li chained up.
Because he's freaky.
She's talking about, I don't know what she's saying.
Something about her daddy got killed by him in a village or something.
You were paying attention. I was not. I wrote, I don't know what she's talking about. Bison is changing. He's getting comfy.
Yeah, I said, now, apparently it's time for a speech from Chun-Li. I still don't care about this movie.
And I wrote, Chun-Li, Bison doesn't care about your damn story. He wants sexy time.
That's what I wrote down. Bison is like, I'm not listening. It's time for sexy time. We both went with sexy time.
And then after that, I wrote, damn, this movie could have been over if Chun-Li had it turned around while fighting, allowing Bison to leave. Because that's what it was. She was about to blow everything up.
Oh my
Then she was like,
gosh.
oh, and Bison leaves.
Yeah, and then he gasses him, and he gets him again. How many times did he get him?
I don't know. Alright, let's skip here. Bison is trying to turn that dude you were talking about that Van Damme called out. He's
Yeah.
trying to turn him into Blanca, which is a killing. He's a green guy. Just play the game. And he's using chemicals and violent images to turn him into this killing machine.
But that one scientist is like, no, you look at kitty cats.
Especially.
What? He has a name too?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know everybody?
I played the game.
That guy was in the game?
He was in the game, but he wasn't like that. In the game, he stretched.
Well, in this movie, he's a wiener.
Yeah. The stealth boat was detected because Bison has better technology.
He does. I mean, plus, it took that boat forever to get there. How far away was it?
And then after that, I wrote, the only good thing about this movie, Raul Julia, I'm going to stop writing. We all know how this ends. Van Damme and Julia will fight. Van Damme will win. Game over. World saved.
I wrote down, time for the Unincredible Hulk to be released. Big whoop. Knock, knock, who's there? Jean-Claude. He's coming to kick your butt. That's what I stopped writing.
Okay, well, we're done with that.
I do not recommend that movie at all because
No.
it's just dumb.
I don't recommend it either.
It's bad.
Moving on to movie number dos. It's 2 for those of you that don't speak Spanish.
Or deux for the French folk.
And that's 2 if you don't speak French. I'm sorry, when you say 2 in French, it makes me sound like you're going, duh.
Or like Durr.
Durr, 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 durr.
The second one is Surf Ninjas.
Oh, who didn't love Surf Ninjas?
Okay, now back in the day it wasn't that bad, but now looking at it, it's not the best movie in the world. And I would like to say to my sister, I'm sorry that I'm talking bad about your movie because Ashley loved this movie with a fiery passion. She made me watch it all the time, but I made her watch Clueless all the time, so I guess we're even.
To be quite honest, I didn't hate this movie.
I didn't like it. I mean, okay, it's not something I like to watch on a regular basis.
Right.
Because the acting was not the best.
No.
The action was not the best. It really wasn't all that funny except for some parts. And some of it didn't make any sense.
I'm going to go on record. The first thing that I wrote down for Surf Ninjas, Michelle had trouble spelling ninjas. Seriously. She asked me how to spell ninjas. Michelle, spell ninjas.
Ah, no!
Come on, spell it. Spell it.
N-I-N-I...
No!
Wait. N-I-N-J...
There's no I. You were close. Take that I out. It's A-S.
I didn't know there was going to be spelling on this.
Yeah, there's spelling on this. So again, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you covered it up. I would have known right there.
Yeah. Well, you can tell right there that you didn't know until I spelled it. Like you went over it. And I just got you to snort on the podcast here.
My ninjas.
Ladies and gentlemen, your sound was not messed up there. Michelle really did just snort.
It wasn't a loud one, so you might not have heard it. So I don't expect anything from this movie because the surfing at the beginning was obviously not them
No.
at all.
No. It's not them. And these kids do not love their dad at all.
I know, they're such a douche to him.
They're like, whatever, Dad. We're going surfing.
Who needs school?
And
That's
did you-
probably why this movie was so dumb, because y'all need an education. Just saying.
Yes. And Rob Schneider, oh my goodness, looks so young.
Yeah, but he didn't look young enough to be in high school.
No, I didn't understand that because he was supposed to be in high school, right?
Yeah, like a junior.
No. I think we figured it up. And he was like in his 20s.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
pushing 30, really?
Yeah, I think he was 30.
Yeah, he was 30. We figured it up, he was 30.
Yes, people. We are those people that will look it up to find out how old you were when you made a movie to see whether or not your age actually fit.
We actually put, here it is right here. Rob was 30 at the time this movie was made. I'm not buying the fact he's in high school.
So Rob Schneider is making omelets, not copies.
Making the omelets.
So they go into school, and while they're going, two guys are trying to kill him. But don't worry, another eye patch man is saving the day. What's up with all these eye patches? Was that a thing in the 90s where like people just like pulling people's eyes out? You didn't have anything better to do? Wait, that guy only had a scratch. He didn't even have his eye missing.
Yeah, I refer to him as the governor.
Yeah, you
Because of
did.
the eye patch. He saved him. He was like, I gotcha.
There was something called moto surfing. I'm not sure what was up with
I
that.
didn't even write that
How
down.
do you drive and pretend to surf? Your legs aren't that long, and you need to have both hands on the wheel. At least one hand on the wheel. It's not like he's Tommy Lee or something. He can't drive with that. He has to have a hand on the wheel.
And-
There's slackers, and there's dudes in blue camo.
Yes. Blue camo was the thing in the 90s.
It was. Then there was the Baba Ran song, which is Ashley's favorite part.
Oh, yeah, that's when the dude from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, he had to give that speech
Yeah,
to Baba Rama Lama Ding Dong.
But he did, but he did some singing instead. And then you go to the island, and there's some freaky stuff going on the island. This is where we see that Leslie Nielsen is the bad guy, and no, he's what? I wrote down part Destro and all dork.
You almost made me spit my water all over my laptop here.
Because you know Destro. He did. He had that Destro thing going.
Yeah.
But he's not believable as a bad guy. Rob Schneider apparently doesn't know how to surf. He just keeps waxing his board. Not like that, you perv.
Rob, putting some wax on his board.
So Mike called the guy with the eye patch the governor, and I called him Cyclops.
I called him the Asian governor. I later changed it to the Asian
Oh, okay.
governor.
Well, mine was Cyclops.
Is this, are you at the part where he arrives to the boys'
Yes.
dad's restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
Some hayas
Yeah.
and ninja stuff ensues.
And the dad burnt some guy's biscuits on the
He did. He
cooktop.
burned his booty.
So the dad's gonna save him.
Because the dad knows Asian governor.
Yeah. So Cyclops takes the boys with him, and he disappears. But they don't want to go because they want to be with their dad.
Yeah, so they're apparently the boys are royalty of some sort. They are from a place called Patusan.
Patusan, which doesn't exist. We
Yeah.
looked it up.
Yes, it was a happy place. Then some bad stuff happened. The royal kids were sent away. That's pretty much it.
I wrote flashback time. Flashback before the evil took over. Everything is super colorful. Then Leslie Nielsen, who's not really intimidating, he came and took over. Who was in charge of this movie? This is what I wrote down. Who's in charge of this movie? Rob Schneider is 30 playing a high schooler. No. Tone Loc is a detective again. Wasn't he one in Pet Detective? Think so.
He was.
Leslie Nielsen, not intimidating at all.
No. Now, the Asian governor in this flashback, he wears which he didn't have the eye patch at this point. They show you how he gets the eye patch. Leslie Nielsen pretty much scratches his eye, just a scratch, and he's like, "I gotta wear this eye patch now because."
Okay, the knights in Monty Python took a lot more for just a scratch than that guy. I mean, he barely grazed him.
He did. It was just like this little scratch over his eye.
He's like, "Oh, I'm so deformed."
It's not like the eye was hanging out or anything like that.
Nah.
No, it was just like the scratch, like, and he was like, "Ah."
So now he has a scar, which isn't even covered by the eye patch. I don't
No.
even understand.
It's not.
I think he just likes to wear the eye patch. Maybe it makes him a better fighter looking out of just one eye. To me, that would be dumb, because what if somebody comes up on the other side? You're totally screwed. The little dude, I don't know what his name was, but the little dude, he can see what happens because apparently he's a seer, and he likes to play video games. So
Yeah,
he
it's
can,
Game Gear. Remember the Game
Yeah.
Gear? The Sega Game Gear? I never had one.
Me neither. I had a
think-
Game Boy, but I didn't
think-
have Game Gear.
Yeah, I had a Game Boy too.
I love my Game Boy. I wish I still had it.
You know, the funny, we're veering off, but that's okay. I didn't play the Game Boy that much. My dad played it, and my mom played
Oh
it.
my gosh, my favorite was Dr. Mario. I don't know why, but I just love Dr. Mario. And then I had Kirby's Dream Land, and I like that on there too. I know we're really going off the subject.
That's okay. Alright, so back. Leslie Nielsen gets trampled on by an elephant.
Yes.
The kids are destined to save Patu-san.
Destined, because that's what happens. They're destined for something.
Oh, and that isn't that mentioned? Yeah. That gets mentioned a lot. Their destiny.
Yeah. So Tom Nook drives him home. Little dude sees in his game what's going to happen. Didn't take him that long to develop this power. I mean, what the crap? He didn't have it beforehand. It's not like he did anything special. Guy just like, you're a seer, and he's like, oh, I can see stuff now. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't just turn it on like that and be like, ooh, I'm seeing. No.
Yeah, but I mean, like when they were going back to the house, it took. How did the boy not figure it out? Like he's playing his Game Gear, like, this house in this video game looks awfully familiar. There's cops around this house. Oh, and look, there's our house, and there's cops around it. What's going on?
Well, Cyclops blew up their house, so that blows.
Yeah, just blowing up a house. Yeah, that always makes me follow my destiny. I wrote that.
Yeah. So it's like, now we're at a restaurant. This movie's boring. I don't care anymore. Oh, some blue camo guys showed up.
Dudes, yeah.
Oh, no. Blue camo guys weren't there. Now we have tiger PJs. Because those guys are wearing tiger print, so they were wearing tiger PJs.
And then I have, dude's name is Gumbay. This movie is Dumbay.
So they get on a boat after some bad stuff happens. Oh, and the lady who's supposed to marry the dude, even though they're too young to be married, she goes with them. What's her? I don't know what her name was though.
I don't know either.
We're gonna call her.
You forgot about the part where Tom Loke went night-night.
He hasn't gone that night until they get on the boat.
The boys, he follows the boys on the boat. You talking about the boat?
We haven't got to the boat yet.
Oh, you just said the boat.
But I backtracked.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're on the boat.
Okay. Tom Loke follows the boys onto the boat and goes night-night.
Because they knocked him down.
They
Well,
did not.
Cyclops did.
Cyclops is like, Asian governor's like, go to sleep.
So, they're on a boat. They're going to Patusan. Patusu.
Patu-san.
Patu-poo. I don't know.
Poopy pants. I don't know.
They're in the jungle, and Rob Schneider made me laugh super hard.
For the record, I'm going to drop some knowledge. Like Michelle said earlier, Patu-san is a fictional country that originated in the novel Lord Jim by Joseph Conrad. It was published in 1900. I googled that.
Yeah, because
I think that's smart.
we are those people.
I mean, we figure if we're going to tell you about stupid movies, we might as well drop some knowledge on you.
Every once in a while.
So, yeah, there you go.
So, I stopped writing after the knives.
Oh, I know why I wrote that. I forgot to play all the rest of this. It also has... It was published in the 1900s. It has also appeared in the movie The Last Electric Night and its TV spin-off Sidekicks, which also had Ernie Reyes Jr. in this as well.
So he likes Pattisou.
Yes. Yes. He likes Patu-san. So then they're on the island. Michelle's giggling because she knows it's coming up. They're on the island. They're talking about stuff.
It's his inheritance.
Yes.
The princesses. The princes.
The three princesses?
Well, no, it's the two dudes. What's the plural of princess? I mean, prince. Is it princess?
Yeah.
But that sounds like princess. Like the lady.
But I mean, like the Spin Doctor song is two princes.
Oh, okay.
It's not two prince. Alright, so yeah, they're going on and on, getting their inheritance and whatnot. And here's some audio, because this just makes us laugh.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to try not to laugh too hard.
Your inheritance? What? No. Something not even money can buy. The knives of Kung Fu. Knives? Oh yeah, seriously. That's what the money can't buy. Knives. Once I went to a cutlery store and said, here's $200,000. Can I buy a knife? They said, no. Money can't buy knives. Gee, I get to play hard, never seen any of them around. On the third day of the expedition, we came across a giant rubber plant. Unfortunately, they could not cut it down, for as we know, money can't buy knives. Walking around the plant, we continued on the shores of Patusan. There's no way we can shut this chattering monkey up. You know, I'd cut him, but I don't have a knife.
You were holding that one. That is like the funniest part of the whole movie. Seriously, Rob Schneider going on about knives. Money can't buy knives.
No!
No.
You can't buy knives.
Did you really stop? You did!
No, I demoed some more. But
Okay. Money can't buy knives.
Oh my gosh. That made me laugh so hard when we watched it. I thought I was going to pee my pants.
Okay, so they're on the island looking for some knives in a hidden cave. Game Boy, no pun intended, found it. Thanks to the adorable monkey. Remember that adorable monkey?
That monkey was adorable.
So they found the knives, but instead of moving this movie along, Asian Governor starts fighting Ernie Reyes, making him pick up the knives.
Oh, yeah.
When a simple, hey, there it is, pick it up, it's your destiny, would have worked.
Yeah, because he'd like to say that.
He did.
So apparently training/fighting awakened the spirits when he picked up a sword, and then it went, ah, and he's a fighter.
Then Game Boy, which is the kid with the Game Gear.
And Tone Loc.
Yeah, I call him Game Boy. He fall down, go boom.
Then Johnny, not Johnny number 5, but Johnny gets a smooch, and by the girl that he's supposed to marry. And let's see. And when she distracts the guards. The kid wanted to drive the whole daggone movie. He finally gets to drive a Jeep.
Yeah.
Then there's dancing.
There's dynamite in that Jeep.
There was dynamite,
And he threw it at him, remember?
but he didn't realize you had to light it.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Ernie and Game Boy earn a bandana.
Yeah.
They earn some bandana.
So then they get back on the Jeep, and there's dancing in the streets. Not like Mick Jagger and David Bowie dancing in the streets. That was just weird. They were way too close together. That was just odd.
Yeah.
It made me nervous, even as a young child. I was like, why are those two men so close together? They looked like they were going to eat each other's faces.
Yeah.
I think Mick Jagger would have ate his face.
You think Mick Jagger's a face eater?
I think he could be. I think he's been known to suck on some faces.
Alright. Everybody's surfing on homemade surfboards to another island.
Which they all of a sudden know how to make.
Yeah, it's the island Leslie Nielsen is on. Everybody's kung fu fighting on this island.
I said that they whittled up the surfboards.
I'm just trying to push this along. Chick pushed a dude down some stairs, really long stairs.
Yeah.
Yet he doesn't know how to stop rolling down them. That's the thing that gets me. He was just like, he kept going. And then I was like, oh, wait. He figured it out and returned. Good for him.
No.
And then he gets pushed down again.
I did write down, there's more martial arts in this movie than Street Fighter and Double Dragon combined. So good for them. They at least got that going for them.
Yeah.
And yay, the day is saved. There's a ceremony, and then we got some more Barbarian.
Yep.
Which we should put that video in there.
Maybe.
Okay.
Alright, moving on to...
Oh, they just keep getting worse. I'm just going to give you guys a heads up.
This is what, the third one? Now, I'm going to be quite honest. I wrote a page and a half. That's it of this one.
I wrote a page and a quarter.
Actually, that's about what I wrote. So this one will be quick. Number 3.
Oh my gosh.
Tank Girl. If you've seen this movie, I am sorry.
I mean, I like Lori Petty, but her voice gets on my last nerve. So apparently we're in 2033. There's no water. There's no celebrities. There's no cable TV. That's what they told me at the beginning of this movie.
There is a company, however, called Water and Power. Can you guess what they control?
Water and power.
That's right.
Not jelly beans.
Right. Malcolm McDowell.
Oh, jelly beans.
Yeah, that does sound good. Now, see, through this whole movie, Malcolm McDowell, he's in it. He's the bad guy. He wants the 3 million liters of water under the Blue Dunes.
Oh, and he throws hissy fits a lot.
Yes.
Apparently, he gets mad at this dude. He breaks some glass. He makes him walk all over the glass. And then he's like, "You're dumb. You shouldn't have walked over here. I wouldn't have walked over here. I'd be like, screw you, buddy." And so then he harvests some water from him. And then he drank it, which was gross.
Right.
What? Can you do that? You can't do that. You can't just, like, suck water out of somebody.
Well, he's got the contraption to do that. He's like, "Hey, guess what? Got your water."
So it's gross.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. And I say that a lot in this movie. I got confused and didn't know what was going on.
Water and Power Tank Girl's crew. They pretty much killed everyone.
Yeah. I wrote down, I guess they found her hideout and her boo is dead.
Yeah. Then they capture Tank Girl. She refuses to work for them. Now she has to work for them against her will.
She should have just worked for him.
Yeah, they're like, "Come work for us." She's like, "No." Well, guess what? You're gonna. And why even ask her? Why even try? Just be like, "You're gonna work for us."
Yeah. So big surprise, concentration camp. Still not getting into the movie at this point in time. She's gonna steal a tank, even though they can see her.
I know, they just sit there and like, "We're gonna stop it." No.
Well, the thing is, she didn't know how to drive it anyway. She didn't know how to get it started, so I guess it was okay. They were like, "She's not going anywhere. The thing's broken." Maybe it's because they knew. So then she goes to solitary confinement in a straitjacket. And apparently there's somebody in there called the Rippers, not Jesse and the Rippers. And they're rebelling against Water and Power. And then Malcolm McDowell lost an arm and part of his face. Big whoop-de-doo. I just keep writing on here. I wonder how much longer this movie is.
Let's see. I wrote. We're just gonna skip through this really quick. I wrote, "This movie is stupid," and then I wrote, "Iggy Pop. I don't think he's ever been in a good movie at all. This one, and The Crow City of Angels, which that's another."
Iggy Pop was in Crybaby. That movie was awesome.
Was he in Crybaby?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
the uncle.
All right. And then I wrote, "You know what's missing from this?" And excuse my language. "You know what's missing from this shitty movie? A musical number." Oh wait, what's that you say?
We have
There
one.
is one? There was a musical
Okay,
number.
the musical number was a waste of time because then they steal this little. Okay, they were trying to get this little girl that was in. She was running with Tank Girl's crew,
Right.
and they're trying to get her back. Well, during this stupid musical number, they steal her again because they're big dummies and was too busy about dancing, other than like, let's get the crap out of here. So it turns out that Jesse and the Rippers are actually mutant kangaroo people. And there was a trap, but it wasn't a trap, but it was a trap. I don't know. I stopped caring. There was a dance party. Ice-T, which is one of the kangaroo people, is not down with it.
No.
He's in his feelings, and he has this look on his face. I think Tank Girl is going to get it on with the kangaroo man. Wait, was he a dog? He used to be a dog. I don't care again. And then I stopped writing.
Right. All right, then I'll finish up what I wrote. I wrote, Ice-T isn't acting all angry. He really is angry. He's mad at himself for agreeing to do this movie. That's when I drew my little picture of CeeLo Green.
I talk about CeeLo a lot and his little teeny arms. So.
And then the last thing I wrote is, bad guy stopped at the end. Moving on.
Oh gosh, it was horrible. This movie was so bad that we stopped caring like
Way into it. Like 5 minutes?
I don't even know how. Yeah, probably. Okay, the next movie is going to be a lot more going on because.
Yeah, I wrote a lot about that one.
Okay, it's a bad movie, but I secretly love this movie. Not enough to pay $20 for it. I'm not paying that much for it.
I'll let you introduce this one.
It's Cool as Ice. You know, the Vanilla Ice movie.
Wow, you were really excited about that. You couldn't see it, but she like pointed and got all excited.
Okay, so I think the last one that we did, Mike was all talking about Jennifer Love Hewitt, and I was all like, "Oh, Jennifer Love Hewitt." Well, this time I was all talking about Vanilla Ice, and Mike was like, "Vanilla Ice."
I would no. I
You
was
did like one time. I'm not gonna repeat what you said, but you were like, I'll tell you later what you said because it's not fit for.
I can edit it out. I can edit it out. What did I say?
That's when you told me you're like, well, if you love it so much, why don't you go?
Oh.
You know.
The F word?
No.
Oh, okay. Like I said, you can say it, and I can just edit this part out. I can put
No,
a little
this is more fun.
No, it's more fun to put Will's little sensor. I like doing that.
Well, you can do that for your other one. Anywho's. So this was that movie for Mike.
Yes. Well, I mean,
Just go ahead.
I mean, I had no problem with it, but it was like every 5 minutes. And see, with the Jennifer Love Hewitt one, I wasn't talking about her every 5
You were
minutes.
oogling.
It's okay to oogle. You were oogling and talking about it.
Let's just start on this.
I wasn't talking about it. I was oogling, keeping my impure thoughts to myself. I wasn't saying what I want to, like, that bikini is very small on her. I didn't say that.
Alright, let's continue. We begin with some dancing, and then there's some music.
This movie screams 1990s. Could Vanilla Ice's name be any bigger? I mean, it's like
and
the
a
whole
neon.
screen. It was the whole screen.
I know, Naomi Campbell, I thought she was lip syncing, but I looked it up and apparently she was singing.
Really? That was really okay.
I guess.
Alright.
She was on the soundtrack as singing.
Alright.
Unless it's like that,
Like the CNC Music Factory type thing?
yeah, when
That is
it
a
was the
90s
Rain and
reference.
Men guy, a lady, and not, what's her name, Martha Washington. They should let her be in the video. That was so crappy of them. I'd hate to have my big old voice coming out of this teeny little body. I'd
And
be
the
mad.
opening credits, oh my goodness, they played the whole freaking song.
They did.
They don't normally do that.
No.
And there were so many credits. I mean, it's like, I think they were,
Well, they had to make up the room for the song.
they were making up credits, like Dog Walker by. It's like, what? Who's walking dogs?
So now we're on the bikes.
Yeah.
After he got the number of Monique.
Right.
Some groupie gave him a number. Which you may want to know about that later on.
Well, you may not.
You may not. We may not even talk about the Monique thing. They're off on their neon bikes. And you have your typical story. Boy meets girl. Boy jumps a fence with his motorcycle. Scares horse. Girl fall down. You know, that old chestnut.
Nice first impression, jackass. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
That sense? Okay.
Haha, now one of your bikes is broke down in the middle of the suburbs.
Did you mention it? Because I wrote, so one of Ice's VIP crew broke his bike. Now they're going to wait on some old man to fix it. This house is weird. Globes in the yard and huge salt and pepper shakers. Why am I talking like this?
I don't know, they meet some kooky folks. The old lady is the secretary from Greece.
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was her. Boredom ensues for our stranded motorists. The one guy makes a peanut butter, pickle, sardine, pineapple, and mustard sandwich. Yes, and then he eats it. That's nasty. Ice seems his dream girl, and she has a boyfriend. Don't worry, he has something to tell her about her boyfriend.
Oh, did you want me to?
Oh yeah, that's where we are now. We there.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Oh yeah, Cat. Words of wisdom. Drop that zero and give it to hero. Excuse me? See you later, Dick.
Now he wasn't calling him a. His name was Richard, right?
No, I thought his
Oh.
name was Nick. His name
Nick?
was Nick.
Nick?
We just
Oh.
started calling him Dick because he started calling him Dick.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and apparently he stole his black book, but I never saw him get close enough to steal it, so I don't know how that happened. He MacGyvered it or something.
That's messed up.
I'm not sure. Kathy, which is the dream girl, apparently has a smarty pants and a goody two shoes.
And she gets on TV somehow.
She gets on TV, and they're on the news, and someone's taking notice because Mr. Keaton is the dad, and there's some weird phone calls. And Vanilla Ice, why are you wearing a jacket with no shirt? Is it hot? Is it cold?
But speaking of weird phone calls, here's another one. This is the weird phone call.
Yes.
You are not going to believe who I just saw on TV. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
See, now if you can't hear what the other guy on the other line was saying, it just makes it sound like this guy on the phone doesn't know who he saw.
I mean, was he asking him because he has Alzheimer's and he didn't remember? I don't know.
You're never gonna believe who I saw on TV.
I don't know.
Not just saw, he saw them.
I forgot already. Oh,
Who I
is it
saw
banana
on
time?
TV.
It's banana time.
Let's see. Vanilla Ice gets a different jacket. This time he has a shirt. But it's still shorts. I don't understand. Why are you wearing a jacket with shorts? The younger brother likes him. Let's
He's
see.
playing Super Mario Brothers 3. I heard the sound. They didn't show it, but you can hear. I knew by the music. I was like, that's Super Mario Brothers 3.
Ice has got to find the Sugar Shack.
Yeah.
The band that's playing sucks. But Dick, the creepy boyfriend, likes the band.
And he likes to drink.
And he likes to drink. And he's a big old douchey.
Yeah.
So, apparently, Mr. Keaton owes... I'm calling him Mr. Keaton because it's the dad from Family Ties.
It's not time.
So, apparently he owes them money and they want to collect. Then we go back to the Sugar Shack.
Now, Ice is going to show this, bam, what's up? Word to your mother.
Yeah. And Kat wants to dance. So they dance.
Yeah, Ice starts dancing. Nick, he isn't happy about it.
No, he called her a slut. Did I miss something? I didn't see her put anything out.
No.
She just did some dancing. And it wasn't even dirty dancing. They kept enough footage between them. So she's like, forget you. I'm not going to ride with you. I'm going to walk. And so she starts walking. And there's a car following her. And Vanilla Ice saves the day. But she disses him again. Yeah, I said this because that's what he said. Daddy Keaton's going to tell her what's going on. Nope. Daddy Keaton didn't tell her nothing. And then there's going to be a rumble over some bikes because Dick and his friends got drunk and started beating on a bike and breaking it. But guess what? Wasn't Vanilla's bike.
No. It was one of his VIP crew. No, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the crew.
It was one of the VIP crew.
And he handed them their butt. Like he...
It did not go over for Dick and his crew.
I mean, he whooped them like it was nobody's business. So apparently Kat's a thief too. She stole Ice's driver's license.
Yeah.
Okay, let me set the scene for you. I feel like it's like Sophia and Golden Girls. Picture it.
Sicily.
1912.
Was it Sicily?
Yeah. So Kat is laying in bed, and Vanilla Ice is laying next to her. He sticks something in her mouth.
Roofie.
I think it was candy.
Was it candy?
It was either candy or a piece of ice.
Or it was roofie.
It could have been. I don't know. But she just ate it.
Like, what is this? What are you
She's
doing?
just like,
No, she's just like, fine, whatever.
So Kat's getting ready to give a peep show, and guess what's gonna happen?
Oh, this.
Look, you can't stand here. I have to change. Go ahead. What, you think I won't?
Happy, Mom said, Tommy, get out of here. Whoa, you're back.
So it's like,
Are you her new boyfriend? Tommy, get out of here. Is that your breakup friend, Tommy?
yeah, you ever been on one? You will.
Yeah? When?
Soon, kid, soon.
As soon as you're done making sex? Tommy, get out of here. That's not funny.
She's wrong, because it was funny.
As soon as you're done, I mean, the look on that boy's face.
He was super excited.
I won't tell you. Go ahead, you make the sex.
So she goes off on the bike to get to know Ice, and they play tag at a construction site. There's a lot of music. There's some time for
You made
kissing.
me sad. You just made me sad.
Why?
Because I was like, it's a montage of them goofing off at the site.
Oh, well, keep going with your montage. That's montage number 1.
Even Rocky had a montage. Montage. Yes, that was montage number 1. They were like, let's put 2 montages back to back.
Yeah, so montage 1 is over. Then it's time for the slow jam. And we got montage number 2.
First off, and I wrote this down, you don't put a montage right after a montage. Them's the rules, folks. Alright, you do a montage, alright, you do something else, blah, 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 blah. And if you need another montage,
Now this was back to back.
yeah, you put it down the road. You don't but like, let's do a montage and then another montage. That just messes with you.
Well, they had to put the slow jam in there.
Well, you can put the slow jam later. You don't do montage.
But this montage involved horse riding, motorcycle, horseplay. Then they're in the field. No, now they're in a desert. Then they're making out some more. Okay, so after all that, he drops her off at the house, and Daddy Keaton is super mad.
He mad.
He just doesn't understand. Parents just don't understand.
Oh, and I hated that house. It had no color. It was all white.
It was. It looked like a hospital. So Daddy Keaton's going to tell the truth finally.
Yeah.
Apparently he was a cop. He had dirty cop for a partner. He went into witness protection. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Should have thought about that before you went on TV, Slick. You can't get on TV if you're in witness protection. I'm pretty sure it's in the bylaws or something.
And then, you know what was after this? Montage number 3.
Oh, yeah.
So, see, they had it right. Another rule. You don't do montage, something else, montage. You don't do that. A movie should not have more than 2 montages.
Yeah, this montage involved, she was crying and she was upset because she thinks that Ice is a bad guy because Daddy Keaton said he was.
Right.
And then Vanilla Ice is all upset because he done broke his feelings, and it was just so sad.
And Cat's brother really wants to ride Ice's bike.
Well, he finally let him.
Yeah. But at that point, no, he said no, but then he changed his mind.
Yeah, because the kid was like, oh, no one ever keeps a promise.
Right. You know what happens after that?
A montage?
Montage number 4.
So there's some riding going on.
I'm really mad,
There's some
but
riding going on. Tommy gets home, and guess what? The bad guys are there. They stole him. So time for the crew to head out because Ice threw the ring in the fishbowl.
Ice is bugging.
Yeah, he's upset.
Yeah.
Ice accidentally delivered a ransom note / tape. Accidentally, people. He picked it up. That's why you shouldn't pick up people's stuff off the porch. He picks it up and he was like, "Here, Daddy Keaton, take this." And then Daddy Keaton's like, "I told you his bad news. Rah, 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 rah." He didn't really rah, 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 rah.
Yeah, but see, you skipped over something.
What did I skip over?
montage number 5. There was 5 montages in this damn movie.
I didn't even keep track.
Oh, I did. Every time there was a montage, I was like, really? Another montage?
So what was this one about?
I don't know. I lost track after the back-to-back montages. Because you don't do that and you don't have 5 montages.
So now they know that little dude has been kidnapped.
Right.
And Dick says, "Oh, I saw him with that other dude on his motorcycle. Way to go, Dick. Thanks." So Cat comes and gets Ice to help her, even though I don't know if I would. But he's got to step up and be the hero, so he's not a zero.
Right. Yeah, so Vanilla Ice P.I., he listens to the tape. And he hears a thumping noise.
And he knows what it is because he's like good like that.
Right. He's like, hey, that's from the construction site.
Well, we did it. I don't know. They might not have did it. I think they just made out.
So Ice and the VIP crew bust into the bad guy's hideout and save Cat's brother.
Woohoo!
They also tied up the bad guys. And
Yeah,
turned
they
them over
did.
to the cops.
They got some ninja justice.
Yeah. And then Ice and Daddy Keaton make nice. Sha-la-la-la.
Yes. So then Cat gets on the back of Vanilla Ice's motorcycle and they ride off into the moonlight. But wait, first we have to jump over Dick's car.
Yeah.
And now it's time to dance again.
Sha-la-la-la.
And there you have it. Cool as ice.
Woo! Alright. And last
Oh, good gosh.
on our list. Oh my goodness.
I wanted to rip my eyes out after we watched this movie.
You know, remember how I
I
said
did
I,
write a lot about it, though.
right? Remember how I said I didn't see it? That I don't remember ever seeing it?
Yeah.
I did. I guess I blocked it out. No joke.
And it came rushing back.
When I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, no, I've seen this movie. Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation,
Woo! With Matthew McConaughey.
and Renee Zellweger.
Alright, so before we begin talking about this, let me play you the nice little intro that was at the beginning of this movie. So here is this way you know what's going on.
Well, I have something before that we even started the movie.
Sure.
We've been putting off this movie for like 2 weeks now. So here we go. We're going to watch it. Nope, we're still stalling. Nope, still stalling.
Yeah, we were stalling.
Eventually we're going to watch this movie. Hey, ice cream. Okay, now you may start.
Alright, so just so you know what's going on with this movie, here is a little something something.
August 18th, 1973. News of a bizarre chainsaw-wielding family, reports which were to ignite the world's imagination, began to filter out of central Texas. Regrettably, not one of the family members was ever apprehended, and for more than 10 years, nothing further was heard. Then, over the next several years, at least 2 minor yet apparently related incidents were reported. Then again, nothing. For 5 long years, silence.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's it.
Oh, Lord.
That's the end of this movie, because I don't want to talk about it.
No, we got to talk about
Must we?
it. Yes.
All right.
I wrote all this crap down. We're going to have to talk about it.
Yes. May 22nd,
May 22nd.
1996.
Yes. Not 1997. 1996.
Yes. Something happened, not sure what yet.
When you look at the credits, you're fooled because you think, hey, Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger, this movie might be pretty good.
Right, because they are awesome actors.
Yeah, but apparently no one got the memo because they were not in this movie. Was this their first movie, maybe? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
So, it's prom night. And all I know is Barry is missing.
Yeah, some
And at
woman,
this point, I don't know who Barry is.
yeah, Heather is looking for Barry. Oh, he's making out with some other chick.
Oh, yeah, it says, oh, Barry's missing. Oh, wait, there he is. He's that cheater right there.
Yeah.
cheater.
And then Barry and Heather kind of have some words.
Well, she steals his car, and he jumps in, and he gives the dumbest speech ever.
Yeah, he does.
You know the sad thing is Barry and Heather aren't even the main characters, but they're the ones I remember.
I apologize for the crappy acting.
My ass! Now, please. I wasn't doing anything else you're so pissed off about.
Barry, I saw you. You were kissing her.
What? I kissed her once. What's wrong with that? Come on, it's like you can't even talk to my friends anymore. I can't believe how pathetic you are.
Oh, right. I guess that's why you were staring her up.
Look, guys need sex, okay? It's bad when you get all worked up and then not kidding. You can get prostate cancer. Is that what you want?
Yeah, at the end, that stops laughing. Because
That's me giggling. 'Cause, I mean, I was laughing more at him saying prostrate cancer.
Barry, I saw you.
Michelle, I don't want to get all worked up. My name's not Barry, by the way.
Mike, I saw you.
Michelle, I don't want to get all worked up and not release because I might get prostate cancer. Do you want me to have prostate cancer?
No.
Doesn't I have to remove my balls?
Ah.
I need them.
I mean, the sad thing was, he was like, I can't even talk to my friends anymore. Like, dude, you weren't talking.
No, that was not talking. So Heather and Barry take off in a car and hit another car. But everyone's okay. They just keep on going. They didn't stop. They're like, we don't have time for you, car.
No.
We just gonna keep going.
And then
that's a hit and run.
there's two people in the back.
Yeah.
Not Barry.
No. Yeah. Renee and not Barry were in the back of the car.
So they're riding.
Yep.
Do driving along, talking about. Oh, Barry also used to tell people that he had to feel in their boobs because if not, they get breast cancer. Apparently, that was what not Barry was talking about.
But I mean, I wonder if it actually worked for him. Were these women that dumb? No
Well,
offense,
I don't
no
know.
offense.
His
I'm
dad
sorry.
was a doctor. Maybe he.
So if my dad was a doctor and I'd be like, I'd have to feel your breast to make sure you don't get breast cancer.
Well, someone like me is gonna say,
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But some dum dum be like, okay, I don't want anything bad to happen.
So, I don't want you getting breast cancer. Yeah, so they're talking about, I don't know what. They're just talking.
They're talking about, I don't know. Apparently, Renee Zellweger's character and not Barry were like getting high in the back of the car.
Yeah.
So then they have accident number 2.
Yeah, they hit another car. This time they stopped, though.
Well, they kind of had to. They're stuck.
Yeah,
They
'cause
couldn't
the driver...
keep going.
Yeah, they got stuck, and the driver of the other car might be dead.
Maybe. I don't know. So they decide to go off and find a phone, and then the whole time that they're walking through the woods, Heather's going, oh my god, we can like die. There could be like a murderer in the woods, and we're gonna die, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, please, someone kill Heather. I want her to die.
Well, I'm gonna get a couple. I'm gonna get some more water. I'm sorry.
So yeah.
But here's my thing about when they got stuck.
Mhm.
And I even, like I said, I wrote this down. It wasn't like they were, we need a tow truck kind of stuck. It's like, let's everybody get out and push this out of this ditch stuck. They could have just...
Yeah, they totally could have shoved the car.
That's what they'd give me. It's like, oh, we're stuck. Let's go find a phone. No,
These people are just
push it.
lazy.
Like Salt Pepper said, push it. Push it real good. That's all they had to do.
So they finally find this little office, and this lady just wants to talk about her fake boobs.
Oh my goodness, fake boobs.
Yeah. And okay, she shows her boobs, and they were like horrible looking.
Yeah, there was some side boob. It wasn't like all full on boob. It was side boobs.
They looked like plastic Barbie boobs. You know how Barbie has the boobs, and you know how it's like weird looking.
I don't really look at Barbie's boobs. Never have. Oh yes, I did. I'm
Whatever. When you were little, you looked at Barbie's boobs.
I did. Yeah.
So yeah, she's got weird boobs. Then you get you finally Matty Mac, as I'm going to refer to him.
All right.
He actually did that towards the end of the movie.
He did. I noticed that.
Matty Mac, he shows up and he's talking to Not Barry. And Not Barry's like, I think this guy's dying. We need to get him to the hospital. And he's like, no, he did. He's like, no, he was totally talking. he was like unconscious talking, and Matthew McConaughey snaps his neck, and he's like
now he's dead.
he's dead.
And now he's gonna kill Not Barry. And Not Barry runs away.
Yeah.
And then Matthew catches up to Not Barry. He stops and talks for a moment to Not Barry. And then Not Barry runs again. And then Matthew runs over Not Barry. Repeatedly.
Yeah, big time.
He was just like, back, forth, back, forth.
So, Jenny, which is Renee Zellweger's character's name, which I'm going to refer to as Jenny because I have something to say about it later.
Okay.
Jenny and Heather and Barry are walking back, and all of a sudden they see a vehicle. So Heather, who said she couldn't walk earlier because her feet hurt, starts hauling butt after Barry when he's running after this truck. And so Jenny decides, I'm going to keep going in this other direction. Now we have more Heather and Barry talking.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get any better because they still are horrible actors. And let's see, they show up at a house who's a rundown house. Okay, if you're in a rundown little area at a rundown house, I'm not going to go to it. I think I would turn around and go back. I've seen enough movies to where that's not happening. So there's some knocking at the door, and they're like, knock, knock, anyone here? Oh, just some murderers. Heather sits on the porch. She's just sitting there. Barry goes around the back because that's good. Let's go around in shotgun country to run around the back of the house. What else happens? Oh.
Some creepy dude lurking behind Heather.
Yeah.
He's like playing with her hair, and she's just like, stupid bugs. Bugs! Quit messing with me! That's how she talked.
It is, the whole time.
That's how she started everything, like, could I have some water?
So, Heather's been captured.
Yes.
That was the most believable part of her acting, because all she did was kick and scream, and I believe that she was kicking and screaming.
She got captured by Leatherface.
She did. Leatherface puts her in a box, but he didn't latch it, and he didn't put everything over it.
I thought it was a broken freezer.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah. He just like puts her in there, closes it, and she pushes it open like, I can get out of this. Actually, hold on. I can get out of this.
Can you let me go now, mister? I'm ready to get out.
So he just put something heavy on it.
After the third try.
Yeah. It took him 3 tries. Seriously, he was not grasping the concept like, I don't know what's going on. I'm putting her in here and I'm closing it. Why is she still pushing it open?
So apparently, then Barry ends up in the house because he tricks Guy with the shotgun. Oh yeah,
you didn't mention the shotgun.
Oh, you mentioned Shotgun Guy.
Yeah, Barry, before Heather got captured, Barry gets a shotgun to the face. He doesn't actually get shot. He gets it pointed in his face, and dude's like, "What's up?" All right.
So then Barry tricks him into letting him. He gets in the house and he tricks him by locking him out.
Yeah.
Leatherface doesn't like noise apparently. He's not down with that. And then he gave Barry a boo-boo on his head.
But here's the thing about the trick. When he tricked Shotgun Guy, he has a shotgun. And he's like, oh, I'm locked out of my house!
Well, what gets me is I'm sure that's not the only door that they have.
Right, but I mean, why even bother going around? You have a shotgun. You blow the lock off the door. He
could have hit it with the butt of the gun or something, too.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He has the master key right now.
That door's like flimsy. So, Heather, he takes her out of the box, and he hangs her up with a hook. That did not look fun.
No.
I said, oh, Heather's just hanging around. Maddie Mac picked up Jenny, even though she didn't want to get in the truck with him because, you're not supposed to accept rides from strangers. Yet she did.
She asked some really good questions, though.
She did, but she still got in.
Yeah. She was like, who are you? Blah, blah, blah. But she was like, didn't want to get in, but then finally...
He was like, look, you either get in or you don't.
And she gets in. He gets creepy with her. Like, you get in this vehicle right now. She's like, okay.
Yeah, well. So then she realizes he's not a nice guy. And basically he takes her face and shoves it to the glass. And he's like, look at your friends. And there they are. They did. So she jumps out of the truck because apparently the door wasn't closed all the way. Because Maddie Mac just likes to play with you. He just likes to torture you before he kills you. and she runs off into a cluster of trees, which is apparently Maddie Mac's kryptonite. He can't get through trees, even though that tow truck looked like you could drive through the trees.
Right.
But he's like, no.
He's like, I'm done.
So Leatherface comes.
Look at me, I'm Leatherface.
She runs so slow. I mean, I have never seen anyone run for their life that slow. It's like if I was running for my life, I'd probably move that slow. But she's a lot smaller. She should move a lot faster than that.
And then where does she run? Right into the house.
No, she runs to Fake Boobs. Doesn't she? Oh, no, she goes to the house first.
Yeah, she goes to the house first, and that's where she jumps out the window onto the roof. And then from the roof, she climbs out onto the antenna.
And then she jumps on a cable. Because chainsaws can't cut through cables.
Right. But she falls.
Because he cut the cable.
Yeah, he cut the cable.
We saw it coming. Apparently she didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
So she runs. And apparently she runs pretty far. She ends up with...
That's when she
Fake
goes to
Boobs.
Fake Boobs.
She goes back to Fake Boobs' office. She's like, oh, this guy's outside, and he's doing this, and he's doing that. And she's like, oh, don't worry, I'll totally take care of you. And she calls his dude.
Spoiler alert. Fake Boobs is in cahoots. She's all part of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting this kind of, so you know it's all weird and creepy.
Turns out she's working with the bad guys.
Shotgun guy shows up.
And beats the crap out of her.
He's like cattle prodding her.
Well, first and then he whips her.
Yeah. He whips her good.
So he whips out Jenny with the cattle prod. Fake Boobs is riding around with Jenny in the trunk. She goes and gets pizza.
Oh, I love that. She's like, oh, I gotta stop off and get the pizzas, even though I got this girl in my truck. Trunk, excuse me.
And then the guy in the drive-thru, he's like, what you got back there? She's like, oh, got somebody tied in my trunk. You want to see? Oh, my gosh.
He's like, yeah, on second thought, I might get fired. At least he's got his priorities in order. You know, he thought about it like, I don't want to get fired. That'd be the third time this week.
So they're driving down the road, and they run up on Heather. Somehow Heather got loose.
Yeah, she got out of the house. They
And
never showed that part.
yeah, they didn't. She's just in the road.
Yeah.
So Fake Boobs is trying to knock her out with a stick, I guess. I don't know what she was doing. She was not even whacking her with the stick. She was more like just tapping her with it.
My goodness.
And the whole time, Heather's like, oh, stop it. Stop hitting me. Stop. And obviously that wasn't working out for her.
No. I mean, that is the worst stick tapping. It was a light tap.
I know.
I mean, I know you already said it, but I mean, it was just...
I mean, I've tapped you harder than that.
Oh, I wish I had filmed it. I should have filmed it, and I could have inserted it.
I'm sure we can find that clip somewhere.
If I can find the clip, I will post it. So look down into the description of this podcast and see if I posted it. If it's not there, it's because I couldn't find it.
So now we're at the house, and apparently there's a family of crazy folks. Maddie Mac is Fake Boobs honey pie.
Yeah.
Maddie Mac is torturing Jenny. Fake Boobs wants him to calm down some. He swaps her in the face. Then Heather's in the floor because Shotgun Guy brought her in. And Maddie Mac bites her face. Fake Boobs is getting Jenny ready. I'm not sure what we're getting her ready for yet. And Maddie Mac is done with all that. He just wants to beat her up.
Time out. Let's back the train up, this crazy train up, just for
Okay.
a moment. Alright. Spoiler alert. Maddie Mac has this weird leg.
Yeah.
We left that part out.
Oh, yeah.
He has this leg that can be controlled by remotes.
I'm not sure how they rigged that up.
I mean, he uses it like normal.
Yeah. But a remote can just
Right.
make it go.
Right. So, yeah, he's got this, like, doohickey on his leg, and it's like, they don't explain it. It's just there.
No. Maddie Mac, he starts wailing on Fake Boobs. And at first, she's okay with it. But then she's like, bump that. And she takes a shoe and just starts beating the crap out of him. And I was like, way to go. So this brings me to why I went with Jenny instead of Renee, is because I wanted to say Jenny's got a gun. Like Janie's got a gun, but it's Jenny.
Yes, because she grabs the shotgun. She's like, yeah! I got the shotgun!
Y'all do what I say.
Yeah, but instead of just blasting them away, movie over, what does she do? She's like, get on the floor.
Maddie Mac ain't having it. He's like, I ain't doing it. That's pretty much what he says. I ain't doing it. And he doesn't do it. In fact, he wants her to shoot him.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he's got the gun in his mouth.
And she pulls the trigger.
But it didn't work.
Click. No boom.
Let's see. Maddie Mac has lost his damn mind.
Yeah, he grabs the gun, and he shoots it. He managed it. He was like, boom, it works.
Yeah.
He shoots a window out.
Jenny manages to steal Fake Boob's car.
Right. She escapes and is quickly recaptured.
Yes. Maddie Mac brought her back and knocked her out.
Yeah.
So she's waking up. There's a cross-dressing Leatherface. Fake Boobs wants some booty. So she uses the remote control legs that Lieutenant Dan would not like. She uses those and she tries to get them all riled up. Apparently that's their sexy time.
Yeah.
To me it was just weird.
It was. This whole movie was just a mess.
Then we have a dinner party with some crazy folks. Were those other people dead? I know that old dude was.
No,
where did he go?
I don't know. So they're at this dinner table, and there's what appears to be dead bodies, just like
Hanging
sitting
out with
there.
them.
Yeah. One of them just gets up. Grandpa, he ain't dead. He was just asleep. He gets up and he leaves.
He gets a steak knife and just goes out the door.
He just leaves. What was the purpose of that?
I don't even know where he went. We never saw him again. Was he driving the plane at the end? I mean, I don't know. I don't know where he went to. And that bothers me.
This is where it gets. This movie gets. I mean, it is bad enough as is. This is where it gets really weird because there was just a lot of screaming and fighting going on.
And Maddie Mac set Heather on fire.
Yeah. And then
some guy in a suit shows
yeah,
up.
two strange men show up. Apparently, Maddie Mac knows them. And strange man number one opens his shirt and exposes some weird scars and like stomach rings. Because it wasn't belly rings; these were stomach rings. They were like huge.
There were three of them, and they're the kind like the Aborigines would have in their nose or something.
Matthew, he does kill Heather. Doesn't
He squashes Heather's head.
Yeah, he
takes the remotes and he remotes himself to where he could just keep banging on her head until finally you hear it and he goes boop.
Yeah, and then he starts cutting himself.
Yeah, I don't get that. He throws a hissy fit, starts cutting himself.
Renee tries to escape. Actually, she does.
She gets out.
Again,
yeah.
And is quickly recaptured again. More crazy mess ensues, and and Renee escapes yet again.
The final time.
Yeah.
She meets up with some old folks in an RV, which they should not have helped her. I mean, I'm sure. Okay.
But they weren't going to. That old lady was, no, you keep going.
But then she saw the chainsaw, and she was like, all right, well, come on in. And so then they wreck because Maddie Mac and them were in the truck.
And they somehow tip that RV over.
They tip the RV over. A plane comes out of nowhere and kills Maddie Mac. I don't even know how that happened or who it was or how come he only clipped him. I don't know.
I mean, because when they showed the plane the first time, which it didn't come out of nowhere, they showed the plane crop dusting. There was like a quick scene, you see the plane crop dusting. That's it. Like you just think it was some random scene. But then this plane comes out of nowhere, boom, propeller to the face.
Yeah. So Leatherface gets upset.
And he starts spinning around with a chainsaw.
Which apparently he did for freaking hours.
Yeah, he does that. Renee's picked up by that strange dude with all the piercings and a limo. And he takes her to the police.
Well, he's like, I'm sorry this happened to you. This was supposed to be a religious experience. I don't get that. And then he's like, do you want to go to the hospital or do you want to go to the police? And she chose the hospital, but the police were there. Yeah. And then she sees some lady on a gurney, or I don't know if it was the lady she was looking at or if it was the guy she was looking at. But then that got her attention, but we don't know why.
The end.
Yeah.
That movie was terrible.
If I never see that movie again, I'll be a happy camper.
I agree. Same with Tank Girl. If I never see that movie again,
Yeah,
I'll
in
be
fact,
happy.
yeah.
Those two movies, I never ever want to watch again. Definitely pinky swear on that. I'm never going to watch those movies again. They've been etch-a-sketched out of my mind. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for part 3 of the 1990s. Actually, that is it for the worst movies of the 1990s.
It is. Next, we're going to be moving on to binge-worthy TV shows. We're going to take a break before we go to the 2000s because I got to get that taste out of my mouth from the 90s.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to try something other than movies. We're doing binge-worthy TV shows. And we should just... You want to mention it?
What?
As far as the binge-worthy. That we might have a special guest?
We are planning a special guest.
Yes. See, if we mention it now, the special guest has to be on it.
It's the peanut butter to my jelly.
It is the peanut butter to your jelly. The Sal to my Mander.
It's one of our favorite people.
It is. It is. But we'll save that for later. Unless you're smart and you already figured it out.
Some people may have. I don't know.
I figured mine would have given it away. But yes, we're looking forward to that. And, you know, we enjoy doing this. We hope you guys enjoy listening to it. You know, we don't say that enough.
Please just listen, give us some feedback, share it. Share it with your friends.
Yes.
We want to know the people out there listening.
Yeah. Are you there? Hello? Hello? That's me tapping on it.
Hello?
Hello? Alright! The 1990s worst movies in the can. We're done!
Thank goodness. I was so ready to be done with them.
Alright, and on that note, say goodnight, Michelle.
Good night, Michelle.